Namaste. Welcome to the second lecture demonstration on Bharatanatyam. I'm very happy to do this as part of Gandhi Center's support during COVID. So today I'm wearing a very different attire, not something that you saw in my previous lecture demonstration. That's right, and this is a pant type of practice dress which still allows your legs to move as freely as you want. But this practice dress is not something that you see in the south of India, but it is coming into a lot of usage now. It was used a lot before, now it's coming back. The one that I used in my previous lecture demonstration is a skirt type of practice sari which has a pant inside and which stops till your knee. This is a little bit more flexible because it's like a pant. Well, in today's lecture demonstration, we are going to see the concept of adavus. So, adavus are nothing but the alphabets that you have in different languages. Dance also has alphabets and those are called adavus. Will you be able to talk to me without learning alphabets? Will your child be able to tell you what he wants without learning alphabets? Will you be able to read and write without learning alphabets? It's the same way. Without learning the adavus, we will not be able to continue our dance or even perform. Conceptually, to understand how to perform in a stage, how to choreograph a little piece that you want to dance, you need these adavus. If you take any style, the Kalakshetra style or the Pandanallur style, both have adavus and both have almost the same adavu. It's just that the style, the grace in which they teach you might differ from Kalakshetra style and the Pandanallur style. So with respect to Kalakshetra style, they work a lot on their body structure, their upper torso and their lower body. The upper body is very firm and rigid and they hold the strength of the upper body in the core. Core is our navel. That's where it is held together. But the legs, the thighs, the knees and the feet work together in unison. So I'm going to quickly run through the different types of adavus we have. So there are 10 main adavus and other types of variation adavus. When a person comes into dance class, they are first learned how to use their body in order to dance. Of course, a dancer on a stage cannot stand casually. You might have never seen that. That's because it belongs to how you prepare yourself to dance. So before you are going to dance, remember to do your warm-ups. And the first adavu is called the Tat adavu, where you learn to hold your body in the Aramandi structure, and what moves is only your leg. So the way we learn the Tat adavu is Tai Ya Tai Yi. Tai Ya Tai Yi. How many steps do we have in Tat adavu? Is 8. From 1 step until 8 steps. So that is your first chapter or your first alphabet. And then comes Nat adavu, where last week I told you about the Natyarambam position, where you keep your hands in a particular manner, where your shoulder is still relaxed, not plunged into your neck. It's a bit relaxed. Your hands are straight, your elbows are lifted, and your wrist is lifted up, tilted up basically. So that is the Nat adavu. Nat means to lift your toes so that you land on your heel. That's right. So Nat adavu goes like Tai Yum Ta Ta Tai Yum Ta Ha Tai Yum Ta Ta Tai Yum Ta Ha. So again, Nat adavu has 8 different steps, and one of my favorite steps is Tai Yum Ta Ta Tai yum ta, tai yum ta, ta, tai yum ta, tai yum ta, ta, tai yum ta, tai yum ta, ta, tai yum ta. This is my favorite Natadava because look at how your hands stay on the diagonal and how you swiftly turn your body and you bend and you get up. And the next Adava is called the Paraval Adava. Why is it called Paraval Adava? Is you spread yourself in straight lines. So this is the starting point. You happen to go on your right, come back, go to your left, come back. So Paraval Adava again has variations depending on the style. In some style you have 4 steps, in other styles you have 5 or 6 steps. So continuation of this, you have Gudittal Adava where you train your legs to jump and land on your knees. For me, this has always been the Adava that helps me to gain stamina. Did you hear how thumping it is when you jump on your toes and you come down? So that is Gudittal Adava. And after Gudittal Adava, you have Tatti Meet Adava where you tap your legs and you jump your feet. Tap your legs and jump your feet. That's also a very complex Adava. And then you have Tattaitam, Dittaitam. Some people call this as Sutral Adava because it makes your body to turn, sit down and turn back again. That's why it's called Sutral Adava. But it's also okay to call it as Tattaitam Adava. This one is actually a very complex Adava. And after that, you have Mandi Adava, where you literally sit in Muru Mandi, in full sitting. You use your knees for this Adava, like this. So that is Mandi Adava, where you sit in full sitting. You hold your core in such a way that you don't land on your heel. You hold your core so when you jump, you're able to get up with very little help. Watch again. You hold your core, you don't land on your heel. So when you jump, you're able to get up. That is Mandi Adava. And then we have Sarkal Adava, where you literally slide your feet like this, like this, like this. That is Sarkal Adava. And you have Paichal Adava, where you jump like this. Yeah, like this. And then you have Tirman Adava, where you learn how to finish your jatis. So Tirman Adava also marks the end of your Adavus, and then you learn variation in each of the Adava. Example of a Tirmana Adava is Tai Dit Dit Tai 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 Dit Dit Tai 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 Dit Dit Tai. Following this, I am going to perform a small jati for you to see how the Adavus are put in combination to come up with a jati. seen, I have done taihat taihi, I have done tayyum tatta, I have done tat tai taha, and I have done tayya taihi, and I have also done the tirmana madavu, tadditta, kittarittom. So these are a combination of adavus that makes a jati. So now you would have understood that adavus are very important before you can call yourself a dancer, I would say that. And usually parents ask me, how many years will it take for my child to learn adavu? It's never a limit, but a minimum of 2.5 years for your child to learn and master the beauty of the adavu. For example, when you do tattai taha and you do the cross of tattai taha, you have to see how much your hand reaches. For your hand to reach, your navel is tucked in and you feel a stretch on this side of your body. And when you do tayyum tatta, do you see that my hands make a straight line? If not, you have to tell me whether it's making or not. So that is the importance of each adavu. When I turn, am I landing on my front leg? Is my back leg making a straight line? Is my heel standing erect? So when will you know all these intricacies of the adavus? When you've practiced so much, mastered every day by practicing adavus every single day. I hope this has enough information about adavus. I'm always welcome to answer your questions. In the next lecture demonstration, I will come up with a new topic to talk to you. Namaste.